Greetings, Japan fans. Today's show, we're going to talk about leaders' roles. Maishu, arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the 11th year of the Leadership Japan series. And I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and three-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery. My new book, Stop Wasting Money on Training in Japanese, is Training de Okane o Muru ni suru no wa yamimashou. And all of my books are available on Amazon. This podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan. Trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on Apple Podcasts. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast. Tuesday, the Presentation Japan series. And every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oishia Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcasto Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show podcast. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is kanpeki. Kanpeki. Perfect. Someone organizing something or setting something up or says something like, let's go and have a beer. You can just say kanpeki. Perfect. Kanpeki. 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 Perfect. That is perfect. Kanpeki. Let's go and have some beers. Kanpeki. Perfect. This is episode number 532. Today we're talking about the leader's three big roles. Leaders are different from managers. Managers have to make sure everything is humming. The quality standards have to be met. The logistics have to flow smoothly so that production is working well. The budget has to be met and there should be no overspending taking place. Leaders have to do all of this plus two other key roles. One is setting the direction and the other is developing the people. This sounds fair enough, except that the roles described for the manager are a full-time job, and the leader's bits and bobs are on top of that base. Do leaders get more than 24 hours a day allotted to them, unlike managers? No, they get what we all get, yet somehow they have to accomplish all of these other tasks as well, and this is where the problems start. What normally happens is that strategy setting is a once-a-year affair. In large companies, there is a lot of bureaucracy attached to the planning stage, and this can occupy a lot of time as the plan works its way up the chain of command before it is approved. It is always a nerve-wracking exercise because the machine is permanently hungry for improved results, and the numbers being bandied about by the bosses are often daunting. The local leader has to then sell these dubious growth increases to the team. They are all card-carrying skeptics and don't believe these numbers are fair or possible. The motivation to attain them is dead on arrival when they hear the targets, and you, the leader, have to whip up their enthusiasm to achieve them. Actually, being a leader is a real test of your communication skills, and many bosses are found wanting. This is purely a factor of no training ever having been invested in this aspect of leadership. Why would we expect average leaders to be above average communicators is a bit of a mystery, and the same goes for why we think they can sell the unconvinced on the required numbers. Being a skilled communicator is what lifts managers into leadership positions. They are able to find the means for the team to self-discover their motivation and their own commitment to the common cause. As leaders, we cannot motivate anyone. Try it. Keep repeating, "Be motivated," over and over to your team members and see what happens. The answer will be nothing because the mere notion of saying it is ridiculous. The motivation has to come from within. The team have to believe that the organization's strategy and direction are aligned with what they want to achieve. This is the skill of the leader. They have to pass out where the bits line up and convince the team that working hard is in their interests and will get them to where they want to go. Find out more when we come back from the break. Today's show is brought to you by our public courses, but we also are doing custom in-house programs. We do these in both Japanese and English. We do them face-to-face in our super safe classroom, and we do them live online. Today's show is being sponsored by, on the 14th of September, we're doing the Dale Carnegie course in English. On the 22nd, we'll be doing Winning with Relationship Selling. And on the 25th, we'll be doing Time Management. Go to our website at www.dale, D-A-L-E, -Carnegie.co.jp. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, which in Japanese is Zaegyo. This is the Bible for selling in Japan. Japan Business Mastery, Japan Presentations Mastery, plus Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muru ni Sunu wa Yamimashou, and all are available on Amazon. If you like learning by watching videos, we have nearly 2,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show on Japan every Monday, Tokyo time. Fridays, we have the Japan Business Mastery Show, and on Saturdays, we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders from small, medium enterprises all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Terebi Show. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. How will a leader know the details? Working hard on their own tasks won't do it. This requires that most valuable element of leader power, time. The hours allocated to talking with the team in both formal and informal situations is how the leader keeps up to date with what the team wants. Someone in their 20s will have certain needs, and these will change once they get married and will change again later when they have children. When their kids grow up, the needs change again. And the same occurs when their parents begin to age and need more help. Knowing what their people want is a moving feast, and this needs constant attention because the needs keep changing. One of the things team members want is help to do better in their careers. They want coaching and mentoring by the boss, but the boss timetable is full of meetings, and this will defeat staff aims very quickly. Boss schedules seem to attract meetings like a magnet. Before you know it, there is hardly any time for anything but attending and then following up from the meetings already held. At different times in my corporate life, I felt like I was a professional meeting attendee. If the boss's job is to run the processes, set the direction, and build the people, then this latter function needs to be worked on. Left to spontaneous combustion, nothing will happen. The time will be drawn off by competing priorities and won't be done in the fashion or volume required to make a difference. If you look at your recent work schedules and add up the time you spent mentoring and coaching team members, you might be in for a shock. By the way, here's a hint. Giving orders and telling people what to do doesn't count as coaching. If this coaching element is so important, then it needs time allocated to it. We need to block that time out and defend it, just as we would a meeting with a client. We don't let anything distract us from client time, and we have to think of our staff as internal clients who deserve the same attention and treatment. If we can do that, then we'll be in a position to get a better balance in our leadership time allocation. If we want the team to pony up and do the impossible again this year, then we need their cooperation and motivation. The way to get both is to invest our precious time in them, and if we don't, then we are planting the seeds of our leader doom. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then tell your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. You can contact me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Our website is www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. Until the next episode, take what you thought valuable, put it into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. So be one of them. Remember, I'm in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.